is not put on high levels.
So this is the internet radio side, the LC90 and the LC90 Mini, and we'll have you hear the same station, which is Voice of America streaming, so VOA in English, and here's the LC90.
And that's what provides a lot of value for us as homeowners and keeps this thing really well insulated in a Texas summer. But signal doesn't transfer through these walls very well. To deal with this issue, an Icon spokeswoman said most Wolf Ranch homeowners use mesh internet routers. These routers broadcast a signal from several units placed throughout a home, whereas a traditional router sends a signal from one device. The 3D printed homes at Wolf Ranch cost from $450,000 to nearly $600,000.
And here's the LC90 Mini, same broadcast.
100 homes have been sold. Icon, which 3D printed its first home in Austin in 2018, hopes to one day take its technology to the moon. NASA, as part of its Artemis moon exploration program, has an agreement for Icon to develop a system capable of building landing pads, shelters, and other structures on the moon's surface.
Scientists say new examinations of soil collected on the moon suggest its atmosphere might have been created by repeated meteorite strikes. Researchers studying the moon first used instruments to confirm it had an atmosphere in the early 1970s. The American Space Agency, NASA,
back to the LC90,
is very thin and weak. It is technically considered an exosphere. The newly examined soil was collected by NASA astronauts during America's Apollo program from 1969 to 1972. The trips resulted in astronauts capturing about 382 kilograms of rocks and soil called samples. Instead of attempting to measure the moon's atmosphere in a direct way, investigators looked to the old soil material. They theorized that the soil should contain residue material from atoms released into the lunar atmosphere over billions of years. The research was led by scientists at the University of Chicago and Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT. Their results recently appeared.
Although the LC90 does have a richer, better sound, the Mini is surprisingly good.
Was the lead writer of the study. She is a planetary scientist at MIT. Nee said that when meteorites impact or hit an object like the moon, they create very high temperatures. Such strikes can heat up the surface by 2,000 to 6,000 degrees Celsius. These extreme temperatures melt and vaporize rocks at the surface and release atoms contained in dust and soil into the atmosphere. Some of the atoms end up being pushed into space, while others remain just above the surface. The researchers said the soil examinations led to the discovery that the moon's atmosphere was formed through a process known as impact vapor.
And one last LC90.
Her team centered their examinations on two main elements, potassium and rubidium. These substances were chosen because they can easily be vaporized by meteorite hits. The process involved studying the behaviors of different kinds of isotopes found in potassium and rubidium. That study persuaded the team that repeated meteorite strikes formed the atmosphere. In the past, studies have shown the moon's atmosphere might have been created by either meteor activity or the solar wind. Solar wind describes a continuous flow of charged particles from the sun that spreads across the solar system. The